Hello, today we're coming to you from the Ouachita Mountains. We're going to talk with professional deer hunter Ty Wisenhunt. I'm Chad Abernathy. We're going to talk about the technologies of deer hunting, how it has helped the next generation of hunting. Back in my day when we was hunting deer, it started with spending a lot of time hunting sign, so forth and so on. With technology now, it's gotten so much easier. So Ty's going to give us a little bit of explanation about how it has helped him with deer hunting.
When I was little and I first started hunting, this stuff wasn't even out, and I'm only 21. But it's changed so much over the last 10 years, even 5 years. Back in the day, he's an old man, so when he hunted, when he was younger, when they had tracking collars, which we're dog hunting, when they had tracking collars, they ran off a radio frequency. And you could get a frequency here, you could get a frequency here, and you had to figure out which was the better frequency. Now we have GPS tracking systems, so we can pretty much see exactly where they're going to go. It's a topo map. I mean, you can see the way the land lays. It's kind of almost cheating.
So you pattern deer then.
Right. So if you have this for 3 years and then you run your dogs, not year round, but you stay on top
like
of it.
Training seasons
Right,
and stuff,
right. You can almost pattern if you hunt the same area where these deer use year in and year out.
Now, do you earlier in the year, do you take and say when you're training your dogs, do you take and hunt certain areas?
Yes.
And take and try to pattern the deer off those areas?
Yes. We'll move from area to area, which right around here where we hunt is probably 8 or 10,000 acres, and then there's county roads that go in and out. Some of them are county maintained, some of them are government maintained, and then some of them are like the Forest Service takes care of. That most of them show up on these maps, and we can see right where the deer run. And then if we do that around year round, I mean, they use the same area. They're a creature of habit.
So give me an example. So say if I took that and you give that to me and you said, you take this tracker and what is it, and you can lead me within what, 5 foot?
Yes, these are actually 1 foot contours on this map. So if you go up on a mountain or you're down in a bottom on a creek, you can see from this map, you can be 500 yards away and you can see exactly where these are at compared to how the map lays out.
So I guess then if you pattern the deer and you train in your dogs and you pattern the deer for 3 times in the same area, and you can lead me to that track where the dog was chasing. It'd be where the dog traveled, not the deer.
We're not tracking the deer.
Right.
We're tracking the dogs. But the dogs, we like to have good dogs that stay pretty close to the deer. And so the track that the dogs go on, they're obviously smelling the track that the deer went on. So they're going to be where the deer went too.
Okay, so then how do you know if you're wasting your time on, because you hunt the trophy deer.
Right.
And so how do you know that if you're not wasting your time on a deer that may be a scrub buck or a doe or whatever?
With that, we keep cameras out year round.
So technology again.
We keep cameras out year round, and I like to keep somewhere around 10 to 15 cameras out. And then I like, if it's private where we can feed, I like to keep feed out. You can't feed on public land, so we don't put feed out. We just put on game trails, high percentage areas, so we can see, all right, in this 1,500 acre plot here, we've got 2 mature bucks that we can kill. So we know in this area we've got 2 good bucks, to whereas over the next 5,000 acres we may not have that good of bucks that we need to. All right, we don't need to be killing these deer. That's where we need to harvest the does that we can harvest too.
Right. So I guess what you're saying is then you take the deer, you figure out what deer you want to be after, and you pattern that deer.
Right.
And then you go out and you try to harvest that deer with the dogs.
Right. Deer are kind of strange because this time of year during hunting season, it's called the rut. It's kind of when they're doing their mating deal. Now their babies aren't born, but it's kind of when they're breeding. And they kind of, if you get a deer hanging around at 1 or 2 years old that you can see, they kind of come back year in and year out. They're like, I fish a lot too, and they're like salmon. Salmon come back to the same spot almost every year to do their spawning. Deer kind of come back to the same place every year to do their breeding.
So in the end, now the cameras, do you have these the cameras? Do do you have them send? I know they got some out there now, the new technology. It sends it to a phone.
It does.
And you record it right then. So if you're looking at, boom, you see it at 9:45, that deer was there.
Right. It
So you know exactly when that deer may be around and when to either cast your dogs.
Right.
Or
I have my camera set up to where they send the picture to my phone, or I can get. They don't send me a text, but I can get on there and pull up. All right, pull up my SD card. All right, here's what I got. It shows the date, the time that the deer was there, the temperature, and the moon phase. Moon phase is a crucial thing in deer hunting too, as it is in all. The way all game moves is how the moon phase is. So I can see every bit of that on my game camera. I can also see the moon phases, all that stuff on this. So when stuff starts lining up, you know, you can be pretty successful in the woods.
Well, with technology, you know, it gives you an upper hand, and maybe one day, it'll get better for everybody if you try to use some of the sources you have out there. So,
It's getting better and better every year. You just got to stay on top of it and invest time and money and effort, and you can stay right on top of it and be successful.
well, thank you very much, Ty Wizenhunt.
You bet.
See y'all later.